Hi everyone, I'm Holly from hollygrace.ca and you're watching Hometalk. To begin my project, I'm going to take this 9-inch styrofoam cone and I'm going to wrap it in some pink fleece. To wrap my cone, I'm going to place it on my fleece, making sure that I leave about 1 inch from the bottom. I am then going to begin wrapping my cone, making sure that I'm pulling the fleece nice and tight. I don't want to glue on the styrofoam at all because it will melt. So we are going to glue fleece to fleece. I'm going to begin turning my cone. Once I have wrapped it and I can no longer see the styrofoam, I am going to stop and then I'm going to take my hot glue and I am going to glue a line down the fleece. And then I am going to roll the cone over onto the hot glue. Again, making sure that we glue the fleece to the fleece without touching the styrofoam because it will melt. I am then going to take a pair of fabric scissors and I'm going to cut off the excess fleece, leaving about a centimeter border. I am then going to take some more hot glue and then secure this extra fleece over top of my cone. I'm going to push the fleece down and making sure that the seam here is nice and even. I'm just going to add a bit of hot glue into the top here to secure the top portion of my hat. I'm then going to take a mason jar and then opening up the bottom here, I am going to set it in and I am going to check to see where I should cut my hat. I want to cut my hat just at the edge where the lid is. So I'm going to begin trimming off this excess fleece. Once I have my hat all trimmed, I'm going to move on to cutting a beard. So I have this pink fur here, and I'm going to check on the jar to see how long I need to make my beard. You want to always cut your fur from the back side so that you don't cut through the fibers of the fur and ruin the look of it. So when we cut from the back here, we can see that the fur pulls apart nicely and we haven't damaged it in any way. Once I have my square of fur all cut out, I'm going to do any trimming that I need to. I'm going to position it in my hat. I want to make sure that the seam is at the back and I want to make sure that I glue the fur in the right way. I'm going to add a line of hot glue into my hat here and then I'm going to flip my fur over and I'm going to lay it into position. We want to make sure that the fur is going to be facing out. I am then going to take the lid off my jar and I'm going to secure the seal into the lid so that we don't have to worry about it falling out. So I'm just going to work some glue in and around the lid here, making sure that I don't get it on the seams of the jar at all. And I'm going to push the seal into the jar lid. I am then going to place a ton of hot glue on the top of my lid and then going to push the lid into the bottom of my hat. I'm going to double check my jar here and make sure that everything works properly. And then I'm going to do my nose for my gnome. So I just have a bit of pink acrylic paint here and I'm going to dab it onto a wooden bead and then I'm going to wipe it off just to give this nose this blushing effect. I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue just under the rim of the hat and then I'm going to secure my nose into place. I am going to work the peak of the hat around the nose, adding glue if needed. I am then going to take an old sweater here and I'm going to cut off the sleeve. I like to use the sleeve because it has a seam. I'm going to cut out a heart shape from the sweater sleeve and then I'm going to take a doily and I'm going to cut off just one edge of it and I'm going to overlay that over top of my heart. This is just a cute little embellishment for our hat. So I'm going to add some hot glue on the back and then I'm going to secure it onto my gnome hat. With my gnome complete, I'm going to add in my favorite Valentine's Day candy and display in my home. You can repeat this craft for many holidays, switching out the fabric and the fur to suit the theme of the holiday. And you can make these in various sizes. This is just a fun little DIY that I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you'll try it this Valentine's Day. Thanks for watching Home Talk. Till next time, everyone.